If you want to learn more about the shoulder anatomy and motion and biomechanics so that you can either teach or practice safe, effective, and creative movement, especially around the shoulder, which can be a rather complex joint, then this is a course that will start you on that journey of taking a deep dive into shoulder anatomy. Now, my plan for shoulder anatomy courses is to have a series of very deep courses on the anatomy of the shoulder. In order to do that, this course is meant to go over the bones, joints, and motion of the shoulder. We have to start as deep as it can go in the bones, joints, and the general motion of those joints and ligaments and capsules and things like that before we can start to layer on muscles and tendons and more complex biomechanical principles, and then finally get to case studies and really understand human movement in action and how it applies to one individual slightly differently than it might apply to another individual. So, this course is your deep dive on bones, joints, and motion. Okay. Now, rather than give you a big sales pitch on it, this video is I'm just gonna show you the course. Let me just show you around. So I've uploaded all the videos now. I've created all of the quizzes. The notes are uploaded. I'm right about to launch this. So if you're seeing this video, that means the course is launched. Get in there. So let me show you around. So when you get in here, when you sign up for this course, if you sign up for any course, you're going to actually see in here, you're going to see a dashboard here on my website. So I actually haven't added myself to the new course yet because I haven't technically launched it. So I can't add myself to it yet. But when you do log in, you'll see your courses. You can go into your dashboard and you'll see all the courses that you're enrolled in. Now, currently, I'm actually enrolled in an all-access pass, so I can see everything. So I get access to the guided class library. I can see all about the anatomy ABCs. I get a full functional movement anatomy. And of course, I have access to the free community sampler. Now, if I go, you would click on the shoulder anatomy course, and then it would take you here. And the welcome would be, here are your course, the course notes that you can download. And so we've got 89 pages of notes, and these notes are dense. So here's a little intro video that you'll see. But if we actually get into some of the notes here, you'll see really good high quality images about the anatomy. You'll see good quality notes breaking down different views of the shoulder, those kinds of things. And then whenever I make a reference, anytime I make a claim or a statement about biomechanics, I try to cite my sources here. So here in the slides, I always cite my sources. And I just want to point out how important that is. If you have ever taken a yoga anatomy class from a yoga teacher, I guarantee they did not cite their sources. And if they did, you had a very good anatomy teacher, and good for you. Seriously, that's rare. So all of the information in this course is coming from years of academic study. I'm doing my master's in exercise science, my doctor of chiropractic degrees. So this is where that's coming from. So I'm distilling the information from high-level academic courses into and trying to strike a balance between excruciating detail to the point where it's like there's no reason you need to memorize this level of detail to not enough detail where you don't know what you're talking about. So we do take a deep dive, but I'm not going to bore you to death by making you memorize every single little thing. The course is going to go like this. We'll start off with welcome and getting you used to how to use the course. Then we do a intro on terminology and planes of motion, and there is always going to be a quiz at the end of every lesson. Then we'll move into the bony anatomy. So you'll see we have several videos here on each bone of the shoulder, including the spine, because the spine is going to be important for the anatomy of the shoulder because we have muscles that attach to the spine. And then of course you'll take another quiz. Then we'll move on to the joints and we explore the various joints, how the joints move. You'll open up each of these lessons and it'll pull up a video, and you can add discussions if you have any questions. You can ask me questions within this discussion box up here and I answer them promptly and thoroughly. So you have access to me personally to help you through this. And then again, another quiz. Next chapter is ligaments. So we go over the key ligaments of the shoulder, how a capsule works, what a capsule is, what a bursa is, and then another quiz for that. And then we move into arthrokinematics. So once we understand bones and joints in terms of motion and things like that, then we can start to get into some fun nitty-gritty stuff. Arthrokinematics is the study of joint motion, which is a secondary motion of joints. So it's more biomechanical. It's like, okay, yeah, I can see where the arm is going, but what's happening deep inside the joint? And why do people feel pinching in joints and things like that? And how do they spin, roll, glide, that kind of stuff? So we get in there, and then I put a little bonus lecture in there that wasn't in your notes, but I thought of it spontaneously. So, and those kinds of things might come up later on. If you give me suggestions, hey, I'd like you to break down this topic in this course, I might add more bonus lectures, right? But you got to ask for it. And then the last, and then we conclude after we've really built this foundational knowledge, then we can start to really put the pieces together and say, what the hell? How does this connect? How is everything connected? And that's where the tensegrity comes into place. That's where we start to see, hey, when one bone moves and spins and spirals, it spirals and pulls on the other bones. And then they start this chain reaction of spiraling and moving and twisting and all of these things. So we start to put it together into a complex motion. And of course, there's always a quiz to reinforce your learning. So this course is going to give you all the tools you need to know foundationally to understand human motion in the shoulder joint. I hope that you'll join me. The best way to access this course is just to sign up for my all access pass and join as a monthly member. You would then have access to all of my educational courses currently and all of the educational courses to come. Okay. Of course, at this time, I will be allowing people to purchase the course solo, and then you just have access to that course. So we'll see if I continue to do that in the future, or if we move to a more subscription base in the future. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll join me. I'll see you in there. I'll see you on the inside, really.